When I'm in college, okay, I'm supposed to look at ads of the world, or I'm supposed to look at those things and say, wow, this is what the standard for creativity is. And when I go out, when I join my first agency, then the client tells me, "ऐसा नहीं करने का है." You just do something which is like, not very controversial, not very simple like that.
What you're saying is that while you're in college, you are given a standard saying this is the international standard.
Yes.
And when you go to the agency, that's not the standard you work.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay, now when you look at the international standard ads, are those the ads which are actually working for the client? That's my first question.
I don't know.
They're not. Oh. Because most of the time, if you have, say, indulgence clients like perfumes and cars and all things like that, could be the real ads which are seen. But most of the ads which are there are only for cars. Because those are not campaigns. Most of the time you see those are one-off ads. If you say, what's the next ad? I don't know whether the creator of the ad will be able to answer that question. Because everything, the advertising per se depends on the target audience. If our target audience is not so literate and not so evolved, our ads will obviously look like that. Our clients are not evolved, so obviously they want right there from their mother's name to father's name to grandfather's name in the ad. I'm sure if you remove most of the kachra from our ads also look more or less closer to the international look. Because the international look has one headline and many times no logo, no nothing. Or the logo is so tiny that it's not seen because it's not supposed to sell anything. In this case, if you have certain pressures from the client, I'm not saying all the clients are right, but they want to put too much information in it, saying that, hey, mera itna hi page hai, I have to now make the best of it. Now, those clients were there our times, those clients are there your times. In fact, they become worse now.
Yeah, worse actually.
So, that's something we have to fight. Whether old or new doesn't matter.
But the thing is that, see, what I am going to be measured against is the question. It's not about what I do. See, if I create something, I can't say that I am relevant in Dadar, right? I have to be relevant across the world.
No, so I don't think so. If your target audience is in Dadar, why do you want to talk to the world? You talk to people who matter. Relevance is the big word in advertising. Unless you're making an ad for Dadar, but not really for Dadar, for Khan's Dadar. And there are agencies who mix that. There's a cell in most of the agencies who create ads for Khan's only.
Yeah, their target audience is exactly 4 people, so it is much easier.
Exactly.
I can know their addresses. So,
but ultimately we have to sell wigs. A friend of mine used to say, oh, you people are selling soaps. Yeah, okay, we are selling soaps, but that's our job. Secondly, also what happens is, this is now most of the students also ask me, if you are doing international level standard work in college, and when we go out, we have to do what the client wants and what the run of the mill looks like, then why are we made to do this? Let me ask you one question. When you buy your mobile, don't you buy the top of the line mobile? You say, oh, it has this, it has that, it also has a washing machine. Now, you don't really use all those features all the time. So when agency hires you, the agency wants to know what best you can do. So that I can make you sell wigs. Supposing the rule padi, wigs ko, a creative ad ki, who will do it? So when you're buying, you buy 100%. But you might make use of it, like the human brain, you only use, say, 10% of it.
Okay. So, okay. Just to take a point from here, I would like to say this, that when you are in college, when you are going for your first job, the kind of work which should be there in your portfolio should be world class.
Yes.
Okay.
As much as possible.
As much as possible. Whatever the client say. Anyway, we don't have any pressures in college, right?
Yes.
I can create whatever I want, nobody's saying anything. So, but I need to be mindful that when I get inside an agency, I will be asked to do work which is selling wigs to somebody else.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with it, because I need not talk to the Elizabeth Taylors of the world all the time. I can talk to Saurabh Karandikar from Dadar once in a while or many times over, because that's the way we are, that's the place we live in.
Yeah, if the Kulkarni has money to spend, which is going to come in my salary, yeah, why not?
Absolutely. And within that Mrs. Kulkarni, you have to upgrade her and upgrade yourself every day. So that one day the clients also get upgraded and say, okay, now Mrs. Kulkarni's ad is ready to match the...
It's too long a fight. So it is so easy to create something for awards and something at the level of college and hope that every day you will create something like that. I'm just talking about a utopian...
yeah, but we did the same thing. Our generation also did the same thing. We could be as good as possible in college. But later on, we hardly got a chance. In 35 years, I can only boast about, say, 3 campaigns which I think are, according to me, setting a standard. In my own way, I'm not saying world class. And I'm not even looking at the world, because I think India is my country and I need to talk to India first. घरी बोलता येत नाही, बाहेर कुठे जातो बोलायला?
मला येतं नाही बोलायला. I am supposed to represent you.
येले
एक घंटा वाजव.
मी काय एक्सप्लेन करणार नाही, दिसतच आहे मग. येले बघ. And by authority I mean everything that like the college, the education system, the professors, the works.
Even your boss in agency?
Yes.
Why? I'm just trying to see. The thing is that, you know, for me to respect anyone, that person has to do something worthy of respect, right? I mean this word authority is not given by somebody up there. It has to be earned, right? And that is here. Okay, now what happens is by designation in advertising agency, I am supposed to say to the art director if I am the visualizer, or to the creative director, boss, you are amazing. That doesn't mean anything.
Hey, वो मस्का लगा
हाँ, वो मस्का लगा रहा है.
वो नहीं बोल रहा.
हाँ, चलो, okay. The real respect. You are talking about real. Okay. See, the thing is that I would want somebody to be worthy of that respect, and more often than not, it starts in my college. Now, if I'm looking at please, professors, be nice to me once I get down. What I'm trying to say is the first figure of authorities that we get in college are the professors,
right.
And they are telling me that my work is bad most of the time. Now, if somebody doesn't show me the way but just tells me that it is wrong, then I guess it will be something. I've also learned under some amazing professors, and I will tell you something, it's not must have. I have learned under some amazing professors, and you know what is the best thing to happen? To have a professor who knows 1,000 times than you do, with your Google. And that is bliss. And I got this bliss in, like, you know, very few people like Vinay Sanikar. And that time it's just like, you know, it overwhelms you. So all you have is respect, all you have is questions which need to be answered, and all you have is opportunity to learn. So I think what will happen is if I have the respect for authority, I will end up learning. That's it. But that doesn't mean that it is a rule and I'll have to go by that. I mean, I would want all the professors to be on Google, or sorry, on blogs. I mean, they should be writing blogs about what they know. I'm sure they know a lot. They're not telling me that. The problem is that when I listen to the lectures, when they're talking to me, they're telling me what to do by 3 p.m. They're not telling me what they already know. Guru Shishya Parampara, right? That is what this country is all about. So if that is so, then they should be giving me knowledge, and knowledge is what I will respect anyway. I respect Wikipedia. Why? Because there is knowledge in it. If my professors are Wikipedia, I'm sure I will have that respect.
Let me say it the other way around.
Okay.
The professors say that you are not worthy of me giving you the knowledge, you should take it from me.
Really? Acha, okay, you should take it from me. That's why I'm worthy. What worthy? I am blank slate as a student.
Okay? Show me some spark, show me that blankness. You show you are already full, so where do I write?
This is like, you know, going out of the role playing, but I'll say that there was one nice thing that Savarkar said once to me. I was giving a lecture and I said that this is something that your professor must have told you. So everybody said no, they haven't. So I spoke to Savarkar and said, why did you not show this to them? So you know what he said? He said that when you came to college, for lack of better words, you were like mud. Okay? So I could make a pot out of it. Now there are already pots which come in. What am I supposed to do? Break them? So if you are open, I guess there are things for you to get from all figures of authority.
Right.
So yeah.
And we generation or India per se depends, or at least gives an example of the person who learned just by the statue of his professor that time.
Yeah.
What was his name? Anyway,
Yeah.
So we'll always give the example of look at this guy who had a mud statue there without any intelligence, could do so much. You all have live people there with you.
For a taste. Taste nahi hai. Then nahi, thama na zara, paani ko. You had it too easy. I'll expand on this. You had a blank slate. Whatever you did in advertising, people clap. Don't catch your phone. No, thank you very much. Backstage. Just a minute. It's not. I mean, this is just one part of it. Okay. So, since there was blank slate, see, we are under pressure to perform to the standards, if not beyond, which are set by your generation. So, yeah. But what I'm saying is, we have larger chip on our shoulder. You did not have. Okay, that's first allegation that I have. The second point that you had it too easy. Clients did not know how advertising worked. They did not know. They said that, okay, you do whatever your magic is, then we'll take it. The clients now say that, I know the magic. You take a printout. You had it easy, I'm telling you. If I was in your generation, I would be, okay, perhaps not as famous, but somewhere near famous like you. Because then I would be doing whatever I do as work, and people will say, I haven't seen that before. In my case, if I do something, I have seen this before.
See, again, technology is going against you because the client can see international advertising. Our time, they didn't know, they didn't see, right? And they also were seriously doing their job because that time technology was not helping them also. So if they had to have a report from Ratnagiri, it took about 3 hours minimum till somebody either physically got it or faxed it, which you couldn't read. So many times everybody was so busy with their own job that they had no time to poke their fingers and their nose in somebody else's job. Plus it was so difficult. Clients didn't know how to take Fevicol and paste that E exactly in the place which had dropped on in the way to the printing.
You said it.
Yes.
Now clients can open untitled one. They can start the layout.
Absolutely.
That's the problem. You did not. See, that's my point. You had it easy. Please take the white flag. Agree with me. You had it too.
It's not as easy as you think or you make it out to be.
Okay.
We had our own pots of problems. Okay. But I agree with you that it's a lot more easier then because the clients depended on us a lot more than they depend on you or me again. As you said, we have to take the printout. And we are lucky to even take a printout because most of the time they take the printout and send it to them. And then blame us for bad reproduction.
Yeah.